On October 24th, a green Jeep Gladiator was stolen right out of a hospital parking lot in Little Rock. Behind the wheel was 35-year-old Paige Chandrell Flood, and troopers were warned she might be armed since a gun was left inside the Jeep. When Arkansas units closed in on Highway 167, the chase was about to get crazy.
Right now it's going to be 1063.
A6, 10-4.
I'll be 1037.
134.
TBI. Roll over. Roll over. Start 1016.
The trooper moved in and spun the Jeep into a violent tumble that tore it apart as it slammed into the ditch. Flood wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was thrown clear from the wreck. Somehow her guardian angel held tight. She survived with broken bones but now faces charges like felony fleeing, theft of property over $25,000, and possession of a stolen firearm, together adding up to nearly 40 years in prison. On February 5th, 2023, a black GMC Yukon blew through a red light near the ramp to Interstate 75 in Atlanta. It could have been just a simple traffic ticket, but for 21-year-old Troycian Jarve Porter, it was about to turn into something much worse. When the lights came on, he hit the gas and the chase was on. Porter raced down Interstate 75 North, weaving through cars, running red lights, and ignoring every signal in sight. Officers stayed tight on him as he pushed deeper into city streets, unaware this chase was about to take a violent turn. Trying to escape, Porter slammed into the back of another car, sending debris across the road before he and his passenger bailed into the woods. With help from APD's helicopter, both were found and arrested. Inside the Yukon, officers recovered a Glock 22 modified with a full auto switch. Porter facing over 10 years in prison for felony fleeing, hit and run, and illegal gun possession. On July 4th, 2021, a Georgia trooper spotted a motorcycle flying down Georgia 120. Radar locked on 140 miles per hour. What started as a blur on the highway would spiral into one of the wildest and most dangerous crashes you'll ever see.
Still westbound. I tried to channel him. Didn't work. Turning on to 61 North.
Near GA61, the rider faked a turn, dodged around the patrol car, and flew onto the wrong side of the road.
Back westbound. 278. Wrong side of the road. White male driver. by, stand by. He almost hit several vehicles head on from Butler Industrial. Flip it around, back eastbound. Popping wheelie, stand by. Black male rider wearing black leather, red pants. Back at 102.
He tried squeezing between two cars but didn't make it. He struck the back of one vehicle, was launched into the median, and the motorcycle erupted into flames.
1050, 1050, 1050, 1018, 1050, 70, 1070. Get on the fucking ground! Get on the goddamn ground! Get on the goddamn... You fucking stupid motherfucker! I don't give a flying fuck, you dumbass! You fucking idiot! You fucking idiot! I don't give a goddamn flying fuck! I don't give a flying fuck, you dumbass!
The rider was found injured but conscious, identified as Alexander Nasworthy. A quick records check showed his license was suspended. EMS rushed him to the hospital, but he'd be facing charges the moment he got out.
I don't give a fuck! You almost killed several people! Get the goddamn ass over here!
On March 25th, 2023, chaos erupted in Atlanta when a stolen silver Mercedes SUV came screaming down Interstate 20. Behind the wheel was Michael Smith, pushing his luck and the gas pedal at the same time. Trooper Pylon moved in to intercept as Smith darted through traffic, turning rush hour into pure mayhem.
All right, staying on Humphreys, south of Humphreys, taking a left on Rockwell, left on Rockwell.
Clear left on Rockwell.
Phoenix, whenever you get here, start calling. Taking a right on McDaniel again. Come on, car. Southbound McDaniel. Coming up to University Hot. Right on University.
Clear around University.
Coming up the Metro.
Clear approach Metro.
Going into a parking lot. Right on Metro, northbound.
Smith hit triple digits, slicing through cars, running red lights, and even cutting through a parking lot, nearly mowing down a pedestrian. It wasn't a chase anymore, it was a rolling disaster tearing through the heart of the city.
It should be hard to miss us. Struggling northbound.
Trying to pass on a double yellow, Smith slammed into another car and set off a chain reaction. 7 vehicles smashed as the Mercedes flipped and crumpled in the street. He ditched his clothes and ran half naked, but Trooper Pyland and Atlanta officers caught him fast. Smith's now facing felony, fleeing, theft, hit and run, and reckless driving, enough to put him away for up to 20 years. On October 27, 2025, a domestic violence call in Rancho Cucamonga took a tragic turn when 28-year-old Deputy Andrew Nunez was shot during the response. The suspect, 47-year-old Angelo Jose Saldivar, fled on a motorcycle. kicking off one of the fastest and most dangerous pursuits California has ever seen.
40 miles an hour. We've seen it, that motorcycle going faster. Skyfox definitely keeping up with them. But as far as the ground units, they're going to be backing off. The helicopter's staying with it. This continuing. This is westbound on the 210 freeway. Again, watching things like this, I got to tell you, every muscle in my body is tense. Anything happens in front of that motorcycle right now, this is going to come to a devastating end for that rider. And, of course, don't want to see it, don't want to be part of it. This suspect apparently running like he's running for his life, because I would venture to say, after shooting a deputy, I'm not saying a vigilante type of justice, but this person definitely has reason to get these types of speeds.
Troopers at the chase came to a violent end near Campus Avenue in Ontario when Saldivar slammed into the back of a vehicle driven by an off-duty narcotics deputy who stepped in to stop him. Murder of a peace officer and felony fleeing, charges that could send him to prison for life without parole or even the death penalty. Novi, Michigan, October 24th, 2025. Imagine you're strapped to a stretcher thinking you're on your way to the hospital when someone suddenly hijacks the ambulance you're in. That's what happened when 33-year-old Changlin Lee, a crash victim himself, jumped into the driver's seat of a MedStar ambulance and sped off. A paramedic and a patient were stuck in the back for the wildest ride of their lives.
Through center, continuing westbound 8 mile.
Right behind us.
Just past Green Ridge Drive, continuing westbound.
I got the radio, 30.
As Lee floored it through construction zones at 70 miles per hour, the paramedic and patient were screaming, begging him to stop. Sirens wailed, lights flashed, and for those trapped inside, every second felt like forever.
Westbound, passing last form.
The chase ended at 8 Mile and Beck when Lee ran a red light and smashed into a GMC Yukon. The impact scattered debris across the intersection, but somehow everyone inside survived. Lee tried to run, but officers tackled and handcuffed him fast before he could reach for the knife he was carrying. He also tried to grab an officer's gun twice. His bond was set at $5 million, and the ambulance ride that started as a rescue ended like a movie scene gone wrong. On August 5th, 2021, Glendale officers spotted a silver sedan on San Fernando Road with tinted windows. Inside was Genaro Salcedo, already on probation for a weapons charge and rumored to be armed. When officers moved in for a stop, the 19-year-old driver, Mark Magana, hit the gas.
This driver's driving, that is going to be hard to do, to stay on the tail of this driver, but you can see how this driver's kind of just getting stuck in all this late afternoon traffic, but the police department saying, nope, we are sticking with you. Wow, almost losing control there as he weaved around that car, choosing a different direction there. And this, I could tell you, Courtney, this is one of the craziest pursuits I've seen in some time. This car going about 70 miles an hour through these surface streets, almost losing control there at that intersection where all that traffic was. This is a extremely dangerous pursuit.
Colton, Micah Ullman here with you as well. And as we watch this become increasingly dangerous on surface streets, oftentimes law enforcement will actually back off and try and calm things down. It doesn't appear at this point that these officers are willing to do that.
That's right, and what we're hearing is that, you know, backing off of this pursuit hasn't really seemed to slow down this suspect. The suspect is simply wanted for a traffic violation starting probably 30 minutes ago, and it's just the suspect has just kept driving quite erratically since then. You could see it kind of doing that loop there through that residential area. Luckily, not a lot of people are just, wow, just missing those cars into that power line there. Wow, okay. That is quite the the ending to this pursuit. We sure hope that this suspect is okay. Now the police have to figure out how to secure the situation. You have down power lines, and they're going to have to protect the public there too. So they're going to take this slowly. They're going to call fire and ambulance services to the area to stage for when they get this suspect out of the vehicle. But right now, with that armed and dangerous...
Magana lost control, slammed into a utility pole, and the car rolled onto its roof, snapping live power lines. All 5 people inside somehow crawled out alive. 3 were hospitalized, 2 arrested on the spot, and power to the neighborhood was knocked out. The fact that they all survived is a wild reminder of how far car safety has come. A real-life 5-star Toyota crash test. On the night of April 19, 2017, in Berkeley County, South Carolina, a deputy clocked 30-year-old Robert Lee Clark Jr. speeding at 66 miles per hour in a 45 on College Park Road. When the lights came on, he hit the throttle instead of stopping, pushing speeds up to 111 miles per hour as the chase stretched for 8 miles. In the middle of the chase, Clark brake-checked the pursuing police car at high speed, a terrible idea during a pursuit. At around 80 miles per hour, Clark brake-checked again, and that's when the trooper's SUV lightly tapped the rear of his bike, causing him to lose control instantly. He smashed into a Dodge Neon and the curb, and without a helmet or any protection, he had no chance to survive. Clark was thrown onto the sidewalk and died at the scene. Investigators later confirmed the contact wasn't deliberate, but that reckless brake check sealed his fate. On August 24, 2025, a Tonatown officer spotted 32-year-old Chad Douthit blow through a red light. When the lights flipped on, he punched it past 100 miles per hour, kicking off a dangerous pursuit. What he didn't know was that he was about to face a crash he'd never forget. An officer tried a pit maneuver, but Douthit slammed his brakes and swerved toward the patrol car, forcing the trooper to back off. He blasted into a construction zone on Highway 412, pushing his luck through a tight curve at reckless speeds. The crash was beyond brutal. The car rolled multiple times, hit a concrete embankment, smashed the underside of an overpass, and came to rest upside down.
Your fucking hands! Are you the only one in the car? Are you the only one in the car? Are you the only one in there? Crawl out!
I can't! My leg's broke!
County, 14 County. Looks like the car's starting to catch fire, leaking fuel.
Hold on! Crawl out!
I can't!
Catching fire.
Fuck you too.
Douthat's legs were pinned in the wreck, and it took over 40 minutes for emergency crews to cut him out. He screamed in pain as they worked, and although he survived, he'll likely never walk again. On March 2nd, 2024 in Miami, a 17-year-old stole a Ford Mustang and decided to test how far 400 horsepower could take him. Florida Highway Patrol quickly found the car, but instead of pulling over, the teen slammed the pedal, and the chase exploded onto the highway.
41st Street.
And this is why blowing through red lights at triple-digit speed is a terrible idea. The Mustang slammed into a car from the left, spun out, and crashed into another from behind. The chase ended in a mangled wreck, metal and glass everywhere. Troopers pulled the teen from the car and found drugs scattered inside. He was arrested for grand theft auto and drug possession, charges that could land him years behind bars. A 21-year-old rider, Hanson Carrillas Escobar, was spotted speeding on I-110 in Los Angeles. When a California Highway Patrol officer tried to pull him over, Escobar hit the throttle and the chase was on. As speeds climbed, Escobar lost control and slammed into an SUV near North Manchester. The crash was brutal. Debris scattered, officers scrambled, and first responders rushed in with air support and ambulances. Medics rushed him to the hospital in critical condition. After fighting for his life, Escobar died from his injuries on April 23rd. A high-speed decision, a violent crash, and a tragic ending to a pursuit that lasted just minutes. On Highway 540, a high-speed chase came to a sudden impact when a motorcyclist slammed into the side of an Arkansas State Police cruiser. The trooper had just been alerted the rider was approaching, seconds before the collision.
He's coming up on you.
Coming up on you. There's that motorcycle up there, guys. 50, 50. 50, hey.
All right, he just hit me.
No. Come here.
The rider, Frank Nunley, claimed he wasn't trying to run and said he'd just gotten out of jail that same day. After the crash, medics took him to the hospital. He survived, but less than 12 hours after being released, he was right back in custody.